All right, picture this. It's late, you're in bed, scrolling on your phone, kind of half asleep, and bam, you're adding something to your cart that you absolutely 100% do not need. We've all been there, right? And if that sounds familiar, well, congratulations. Your brain is working perfectly, which it turns out is a huge problem in today's world. So let's get into it. I mean, you know exactly what happens next. That box shows up a few days later, you open it, you look at your brand new thing, and you feel nothing. Just nothing. And then you shove it in a drawer, right next to the perfectly good one you already had. It feels like such a silly, universal thing, but it actually hides this really fascinating and honestly a little bit terrifying truth about how our own minds are wired. So that's the big question, isn't it? Why? Why do we keep doing this, even when we know we're probably going to regret it? It feels completely irrational, almost like we're being controlled by something. And you know what? We kind of are. But it's not some external force pulling the strings. It's the wiring inside our own heads. And it all kicks off with one specific chemical that most of us have got completely wrong. Okay, first up, the dopamine deception. Yeah, for years, we've all been told this one simple story about a little thing in our brain called dopamine. Turns out that story, it's just not true. And getting the real story is the first step to figuring out why your closet is overflowing with clothes you've never even worn. So here's the myth we've all heard. Dopamine is the pleasure chemical. It's that rush you get when you finally have the thing. But that's not it at all. The reality is, dopamine is the wanting chemical. It's not about the pleasure of having, it's about the anticipation of getting. It's the thrill of the chase, the excitement of the hunt, not the prize itself. And this experiment with monkeys just proves it perfectly. A neuroscientist named Robert Sapolsky found that a monkey's dopamine levels went through the roof when they saw the signal that food was coming, like a flashing light. Not when they actually got the food. By the time the reward actually shows up, the brain's already had its party. That Amazon package sitting on your doorstep, that's just the come down. The real high was hitting buy now. Okay, so if our brain is just this massive wanting machine high on dopamine, what stops us from buying literally everything we see? Well, turns out there's another force at play here, a much more primal one: pain. And I'm not speaking metaphorically here. Your brain actually has a built-in brake system to stop you from going broke.
Yeah, this is a real, scientifically observed thing called the pain of paying. Researchers at top universities like Stanford and MIT literally put people into brain scanners and watched what happened when they spent money. And what they saw was wild. When you part with your cash, the pain centers in your brain, the same parts that light up when you stub your toe, they activate. So yeah, spending money literally hurts.
And this is where the whole game gets really interesting, because our entire modern payment system is designed to do one thing: numb that pain. Think about it. When you hand over physical cash, man, you feel it. It hurts the most. But when you swipe a credit card, it's a bit more abstract, so it hurts less. And then you've got buy now, pay later services, which slice the payment into such tiny, painless pieces that your brain barely even notices. It's like financial anesthesia. All right, so let's recap. We have a brain that gets a huge chemical rush from wanting things, and we have a financial system designed to make it feel completely painless to get those things. You can see where this is going, right? It creates the absolute perfect storm for retailers to come in and exploit our psychology using a very old, very effective playbook. First up, tactic number 1, the left digit effect. You see this everywhere. Prices like $9.99. We all know it's basically $10, right? But because we read from left to right, our brain latches onto that first number, the 9. It anchors on it. So even though you logically know better, your subconscious just sees 9 and some change, and it feels way, way cheaper. It's a simple trick, but it can boost sales by a crazy amount. Then there's tactic number 2, the power of free. Oh man, the word free is like a magic button for our brains. It just breaks us. There was this famous experiment where people were offered a cheap 1-cent lint truffle, the good stuff, or a totally free Hershey's Kiss. Overwhelmingly, people chose the free worst chocolate. The word free just short circuits all rational thought. Our brain sees it and thinks zero risk, no downside, even if it's a worse deal. And tactic number 3 might be the most powerful of them all: scarcity and urgency. You see that little alert, only 3 left, or a countdown timer, sale ends in 5 minutes?
that stuff hijacks your brain. It triggers this deep-seated fear of missing out, or what psychologists call loss aversion. And get this, the pain of losing something is scientifically proven to be twice as powerful as the pleasure of gaining something. So you stop asking, do I want this? And you start thinking, I can't miss out.
But here's the thing. All those tricks, the $9.99 pricing, the free shipping, the countdown timers, that was the old playbook designed for brick-and-mortar stores. That's quaint. Welcome to the new battlefield. It's about 6 inches tall, and it's in your hand right now. And this is what it looks like. A more than 400% growth in things like TikTok Shop in just 1 year. It's created this seamless, frictionless pipeline from mindless scrolling straight to add to cart. And the result? A mind-blowing 71% of purchases made this way are totally, completely unplanned. You literally see a gadget you didn't know existed 5 seconds ago, and before you can even think, it's on its way to your house. All right, so what's the big deal? A few impulse buys, who cares, right? Well, when you actually zoom out and look at the cumulative effect of all these little purchases, the true cost is staggering. I mean, these numbers are genuinely shocking. Check this out. $18,000. That's how much the average American spends every single year on non-essential stuff. We're not talking about your mortgage, your car payment, or your food. This is just stuff. To put that in perspective, that's like working from January 1st until the end of March just to pay for things you probably don't even remember buying. And all that spending, it has to go somewhere. Right now, it's going onto our credit cards to the tune of $1.27 trillion in the US. That's an all-time record. And look, this shows it's not just a personal problem of lacking self-control. This is a massive systemic issue, and it's fueled by this entire ecosystem designed to make us spend without thinking. So let's bring it down to a household level. How does this actually happen? Well, it's death by 1,000 cuts. It's that $20 for a subscription you forgot you had. It's $120 on random Amazon buys. It's $200 on food delivery because you're tired. Individually, they don't seem like a big deal, but when you add it up, it's over $500 a month. Just gone. Okay, now if you remember one thing from this entire discussion, let it be this number. This right here is the true cost, the opportunity cost. If you took just $20 a day, that's it, the price of one food delivery order, and you invested it over 40 years, it could grow to almost $1.9 million. That's what we're trading for a new garlic press or another pair of sneakers. That is the true cost of all this stuff. So, okay, that's the problem. It's big, it's baked into the system, and frankly, it's designed to make us lose. But here is the good news. Once you know the rules of the game, you can start to play it differently. You can actually win. You just need a new strategy. And here is the single most powerful weapon in your arsenal. It's called the 24-hour rule, and it is so simple. You see something you want? Great, add it to your cart, and then just close the app. That's it. Wait a full 24 hours. Remember that dopamine rush? It's intense, but it's also incredibly short-lived. By waiting a day, you let it fade away. And guess what? About 70% of the time, you'll find you don't even want the thing anymore. And here are a few more winning moves. Try reframing the cost. Instead of seeing a $100 price tag, ask yourself, how many hours of my life do I have to work to pay for this? Is that sweater worth 4 hours of your time? Also, create friction. Delete the shopping apps from your phone. Make it harder to buy. Go back to using cash to really feel that pain of paying. And hey, create a guilt-free spending account. Put a set amount in there each month for fun stuff. And once it's gone, it's gone. Look, at the end of the day, this isn't about depriving yourself. It's not about being cheap or never buying anything you enjoy. It's about something much deeper. It's about alignment. It's about asking one simple question. Does the way I spend my money actually reflect what I truly value in life? It's about making sure your life energy is flowing towards things that actually matter to you. Because that garlic press, it's never really about the garlic press, is it? It's about a choice. The next time you're scrolling late at night and you feel that pull, just remember what the real choice is. It's not between buying or not buying. It's between a temporary dopamine hit